Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review over the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Let me tell y'all something. It has taken me all like night and day to watch this episode. You know, sometimes I will say, sometimes I may get a little bit overwhelmed easily in some situations. Like I think I saw people saying that the episode was 2 hours. And I was like, 2 hours? And I'm like, no, that cannot be right. And then somebody was saying, no, it's not. They're just adding in Watch What Happens Live with the episode, which for those who, have cable, whenever you DVR like Real Housewives, if they've I don't know, I don't know if they do it to help Andy and his show or his numbers, I don't know. But I don't know if you noticed that, like, whenever you DVR, like, Real Housewives or whatever, if Watch What Happens Live comes on after the Housewives show, they put it in as, like, one episode. So your DVR may say 90 minutes or 2 hours, but that's including Watch What Happens Live. They added on with the Housewives show. So that's what somebody was saying, and that's what I was thinking, too. That they added, that's Watch What Happens Live. And then I saw the episode basically was like 90 minutes. I was over it before I even started it because I was like, girl, this is just too much, this is just too much, this is just too much. Anyways, girl, I'm finally finished. Girl, 2 days later. Yeah! All right, y'all. So listen, Mary. All right, y'all. Okay, we like Mary, but my good eye is on Mary. My good eye is on Mary, okay? Miss Mary, you're going to have some splaining to do, helper, because it's looking real cult-like. But girl, quiet as it's kept, a lot of the churches are like that. Now that's the real tea. That's what the black people don't really, the blacks, the whites, that's what the churches don't be wanting to admit. That girl, a lot of the things that they were saying in this episode about Mary, I'm gonna get into it in a little bit. I'm about to make some of y'all girls mad. Okay. So Mary is having an event. She's having a cooking class. I guess the theme is Italy. So she's calling the girls to invite them to, her little, thing that she's throwing. And Whitney doesn't pick up the phone. Whitney doesn't pick up the phone. So she pretty much gives up on Whitney. Meredith is having a manicure, pedicure, mani-pedi day at her home. Girl, I'm trying to be like a rich white woman who, girl, you ain't even got to leave your house. The people come to you. Girl, I'm in my house. Girl, I'm getting a mani and pedi. Girl, what shop you going to? What shop I'm going to? Girl, I'm not leaving my house. Girl, I get my hair cut at my house. I get my nails done in my house. I get my toes done in my house. I get my facials done in my house. Girl, I can't wait. Oh, I cannot wait to live a rich white woman lifestyle. But anyways, Jenny comes over. Girl, when I saw that dog, for those who don't know, I am terrified of dogs. Okay, not terrified. Terrified is a strong word. I'm really, really, really scared of dogs. So if I would have walked in and that dog would have hopped on me like that dog hopped on Jenny, baby, I would have had a heart attack. Girl, I probably would have threw myself on the floor and just started shaking. Girl, I got a story to tell y'all about the other day when this big dog came running around the corner and I literally had a fit. Anyways, Jenny says that Mary hasn't apologized for attacking her. Did Mary really attack you, Jenny? Or she just was trying to let you know, girl, watch how you talk to me. Now you might curse at these other helpers, but don't curse at me. Okay, Jenny. Heather meets up with her niece. Her niece is 25. She's married. And she has left the church. Girl, let me tell y'all something. I have never seen this before. I need to get out and experience the world, honey. Because I have never seen somebody cut a wine bottle. Did y'all see that man cut the wine bottle? I have never seen that before. Girl, when it flashed across my screen, I was like, hold up. No, that's a lie. Girl, when he was pouring the bottle, I said, hold up, that bottle look like it's cut. And so I rewind that part, and I was like, did he just cut the bottle? I said, okay, girl. So Heather starts to explain because when the man mentioned that they were going to be pairing the food with wine, it really looked like they all saw a ghost. I guess you're not supposed to drink. Oh, you're not supposed to drink out in public or drink. Period. I guess if you're part of their religion, right? And so they said, "Cheers to outer darkness," because at this point, no one at the table. Everybody has left the church basically. And they said, "Cheers to outer darkness," and then Heather starts to kind of explain, I guess, what the levels are of getting into heaven. The first one was celestial. The second one was terrestrial. Then the third one was telestial, right? And then the last one was outer darkness, and that's what she is, basically. So she was explaining, like, the telestial, I feel like I'm messing these words up. That's like the Jeffrey Dahmers. So in order to get into, like, Jeffrey Dahmer's part of heaven, like, she would need to... Girl. So her niece and her husband were basically just talking about how, when the bird box hit, y'all know the bird box is basically okay? I call it the bird box. When bird box hit, that, a lot of us were just stuck in the house. And, you really got to know your partners and the people who you lived with, and they had a lot of conversations, and one of the conversations came up had to revolve around, the church, and some things just stop making sense to them. When I tell you, baby, that was me. Now, I was never deep into the church like Heather and her crew, but girl, once upon a time, not long ago, I was real, like, especially in my high school days. Really my high school days, middle school, high school, we really got deep into church. Like, we went to church at least 2 times a week, 3 times a week, right? But I just remember for those, shout out to the people who, I don't want to take nobody's religion, honey. But I think for some of us, you kind of like, one day you just be sitting in the house looking and thinking, like, this don't make no sense. Why they be telling me this, but then this is this? Or why they say this? That don't make no sense what they've been telling me. Why did y'all tell me this? Because this don't make no sense, right? And I think that's basically what happened with them. They just sat around and started thinking about the things that these people have taught them. And it's just like, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. This does not make any sense to me. And I don't care how many of y'all I don't care if it's 300 against me. Girl, I'm telling y'all, this don't make no sense. Y'all need to sit back and think about the stuff that they've been telling us, because it don't make no sense. Okay? Anyways, that was pretty much it. Jen. I don't know. Jen, you're a crook. You're a criminal. Girl, you a scammer. Girl, you all of the above. Now she's calling Stu her business partner. Now, maybe I haven't been paying attention, but I always thought that Stu was her assistant. So how did you go from him being your assistant to him being your business partner? Because in my honest opinion, those are 2 different things. Are those 2? If somebody says, this is my assistant and this is my business partners, those people have 2 completely different type of roles. Those are not the same thing. So I need to know, when did Stu become your goddamn business partner? Because I always thought that Stu was your assistant, Jen Shaw. Mary arrives at the event. She rearranging stuff. Mary. Okay, let's just get into Mary, y'all. Mary I'm gonna go ahead, like, we like Mary. Mary, the only black girl on the show. But Mary, you would have had me fucked up. I don't know who the hell Mary Cosby think that she is. But you wanted Whitney to come dressed as a slutty mafia girl so you could laugh at her, so she could be the butt of the joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. You're not gonna make a joke at the expense of me, right? If I don't know about it, if I'm not included in on the joke, then that makes me the butt of the joke. So no, bitch, I'm not popping up at your goddamn event. Everybody else walking around here with Gucci and Prada and Louis on, and I walk in with a goddamn slutty costume on. Just like she said, ain't no problem, because I'm sure I got it in my closet. Period, Whitney. But girl, I'm not popping up on the scene looking like no fool. Oh, you're not playing with the joke. Girl, it's not a joke, bitch, because if you would have called and told me, hey, Whitney, girl, I want to play a joke on the girls. Now that's how that should have went if you wanted me to just pop up looking like some hoe. Mary, I believe that Mary is running the cult. We're gonna call a thing. But a lot of these churches, that's what they are though. Hello? Quiet as it's kept, when they start talking about, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but when they started talking about, the people in the church thinking that Mary, I guess it's the closest thing to God. Girl, that's what happens in the Baptist church. The whole thing gonna tell you. But quiet as it's kept, how many times have y'all heard that the preacher is next to God, right? The message comes from God comes from God to the preacher, and the preacher delivers a message to you. Right? That ain't no different than what they said Mary did. That what be going on in the Baptist church. Hello? Y'all put these goddamn preachers on pedestals too. Don't just act like it's Mary Cosby and her goddamn congregation. It's y'all too. Okay? We're not gonna play that game. I done heard plenty of times about the pastor being the next best thing to God, and the message coming down from God to the pastor to us. So that's why we have to respect the pastor. That's when I said, y'all got me fucked up. Because the pastor can get it too. Okay, because you ain't God, okay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Baby, absolutely not. I think that Mary has convinced her congregation that what I just said. I remember last year when I was watching the season, I went back and watched all the episodes prior to the reunion. And I remember one episode when Mary walked into the church and she was like, show me some love. And everybody was like, oh my God. Oh, everybody was hollering, screaming. I was like, these motherfuckers are weird. So I do believe that Mary thinks that she is on this certain level where, like, she's above reproach. No one can question her because you know who I am. Quiet as it's kept, when now I think about it, ain't got shit to do with your mama. But you got to do with the fact that you think that you're the next best thing to God, close to God. So ain't nobody gonna question you. And then especially the people who you really don't have respect for, right? Because that whole little girl stuff, we know that's a dig. It ain't no different than when they call Candace a little girl. Calling a grown woman a little girl is not a compliment. Now, if you call a grown woman, if you tell a grown woman, girl, oh my God, girl, you look so good, girl, you look really, really young, that will probably come across as a compliment. But calling someone a little girl is disrespectful. We're not gonna play this game, Mary. Okay? Whitney, let me just get into your ass a little bit. You the fool, bitch. You the fool. You are the fool. Because if ain't no way that anybody, man, woman, or child, could talk to me the way that you say Mary was talking to you through text message, and you still be talking about, girl, we friends. As far as I'm concerned, that's the enemy. So you the fool for that, Whitney. Whitney, you need to let go of this wanting to be close to people who treat you like shit. First, it was Lisa. And you can't trust Lisa. Now it's Mary. But it's something going on with Whitney where she feels the need to be so close to these women. As far as I'm concerned, I'll be like, fuck you and fuck you too. Who's next? Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Hello? Period. Lisa in the invite. Lisa, I don't know, girl. Lisa, I mean, Lisa is sneaky. Lisa is sneaky. I don't trust Lisa. 1 minute, Lisa, you do sneaky shit. Lisa, it was your kid's event, right? But at the end of the day, girl, we're not going to sit here and act like, girl, you couldn't have invited the girls if you wanted to. You know, just like Kelda said, what did Jen do to your sons not to be invited? And what did Whitney do to get invited? Bitch, I hollered when she said that. Bitch, when Whitney and Mary was going back and forth, and Mary was like, wrong girl. That's my new line, bitch. Wrong girl. Wrong girl. Yeah, wrong girl. Wrong girl. Oh, shit. Anyway, she didn't invite Jenny. So how it started between Whitney and Mary was because how the argument started was basically they were talking about Jenny. And Jen said that she would have Mary's back. I guess if Jenny tried to come after her, I don't know. That's how I took it. But I didn't think it was like that deep, like Whitney turned it into this, she's trying to have a moment with you, Mary. So now Whitney, you pissed off. So now you being petty and childish. Oh shit, petty and childish, right? So she's trying to have a moment with you, Jenny. I mean, with you, Mary. And Mary was basically like, Mary's response in that instance, like, bitch, what are you talking about, girl? Shut up. I don't need you to be the referee or between this conversation between me and Jen. Between me and Jen, girl, shut up. Right? Like, in that moment, I understood. But like at this point, girl, they're just going. It's just like a tennis match, right? Both of them, let me say this much. Mary, you did start it from the get-go. The whole dress like a slutty. When she walked in, girl, you had an attitude. So Mary did start it. But what I'm saying is, bitch, Whitney was engaging in the pettiness, okay? Because Whitney and truly, that wasn't no beautiful moment. Like, you really acting like, I don't know, girl. Whitney, shut up, Mary. You shut up, too. Mary was upset because Whitney didn't respond to her. Whitney was trying to explain to her that she was carpooling. And I don't know about y'all, but quiet as this kept really and truly, in Houston, I think Texas, period, you're really not supposed to drive and talk on the phone. Like, it's a law now. You can't text and drive, of course, and you're not supposed to be talking and driving. In some areas, you'll see signs, no talk, no text, right? It would have been irresponsible for Whitney to be carpooling other folks' kids, even if it was her own, but to be carpooling other folks' kids, go answering a FaceTime. You see what I'm saying? Now, could she have called back the same day? Yeah, but bitch, I done watched my kids. I done watched my nieces for 90 minutes, and after they left, baby, I was knocked the fuck out. So I could imagine you carpooling a van full of kids. How you probably got home, you had to help your own kids. Like Mary, you're not at the top of the list because, believe it or not, Whitney had other shit going on. She had other folks' kids, and then when she got home, she had to deal with her own kids. So I will call this bitch back whenever I get a chance. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. I want to wash my ass and go to sleep. But I think Whitney actually did say that she called her back 2 hours later, and Mary was upset. See, Mary, you showing your slip, mama. Whitney and Meredith, they start talking. I really thought this review was going to be about 10 minutes long. Whitney and Meredith start talking, and they start talking about the whole church stuff that I talked about earlier. If you don't make Mary mad, blah, blah, blah. So they are ready to go to Vail. And, bitch, they all meet up in front of Heather's business. I forgot the name of her business. Bitch, Jen popped up with some dookie braids. I said, this bitch. Now, we already talked about Jen and these dookie braids, like, when we first found out that hoe was scamming and stealing people money. Jen popped up with some dookie braids. Yeah. Jen Shaw want to be black. I'm not saying just, let me say this. I'm not saying just because you want to rock braids that you want to be black. That's not what I'm saying. Or if you're not black and you rock, braids that you want to be black. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is Jen Shaw want to be a black woman. Okay? So Jen gets a phone call. She pretty much tells Whitney to turn her mic off. She tells Heather that Sharif Sr. Now, this whole time, girl, I'm thinking it was Sharif's, Coach, bitch, Coach Shaw is so sexy to me. Girl. But yeah, Coach Shaw, let me stop looking at people's husbands. But the whole time she was saying Sharif Sr., I was thinking that she was talking about Sharif's father, girl. But she was talking about Coach Shaw, right? Because I've never heard her refer to him as Sharif Sr. It's always Coach Shaw. So she said it, I was like, oh, the daddy. His daddy is in the hospital. Then as it went on, I was like, oh, I think she's talking about Coach Shaw. Baby, this bitch said that Coach Shaw had internal bleeding. When I tell you this bitch, and she was calm. When I say Miss Thing was calm, yeah, I have to go because Coach, Sharif, he has internal bleeding and they don't know if he's going to have to do surgery. So, yeah, I'm going to have to just leave. No, just go ahead and go. I'll catch up with you guys later. Yeah, okay. Bitch, this bitch was calm as fuck. Okay. 12 minutes after Jen left, baby, the white people roll up. When I tell y'all, I was screaming because the simple fact that you have these women in this bus, even if it was men, and you see cops, and was it Homeland Security Investigation? Is that what HIS stands for? Homeland Security Investigation. I think that's what it stands for. You got the cop, you got people with police on their backs and HSI, and girl, they just swarming a van, and these bitches on the bus like, yeah, girl, what's tea? Girl, I'm ready to go, girl. What a cocktail's that? And girl, you got cops running around. You got cops and shit running around, walking up, girl. You got about 30 cops, hello, for one person. First of all, for one person, they got the girl. How many cops is out there, girl? We just want to make sure she's okay. Girl, it's about 17 of y'all out here. No tea, no shade. Y'all know Jen is a lot of things. But girl, do y'all really need 17 people or however many people it was? I mean, Jen is stealing, right? But the bitch ain't killing. So why do we need all y'all? It could have been 2 or 3 of y'all. Okay, girl. I said when they sent out the team, she would have been black. If Jen was really black, baby, they would have sent half of the goddamn country out there looking for her. Anyways, girl, we're not gonna make this a race thing. But listen, so anyways, girl, just imagine sitting on the van and girl, you sitting there like, girl, yes, sir, yeah, right, sir. Well, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get there. And girl, you look up and girl, the cops out there. Girl, are them some strippers? Girl, we about to set it off. Yeah, y'all got some warrants. Girl, them the cops? Girl, what they here for? Who they want? Jen. Girl, is this a joke? Girl, is this a joke? No, for real. No, girl, this not a joke? Okay, what's going on? So this is not a joke. No, seriously, what's going on? They're looking for Jen. Why? No, for real. Is this a joke? Girl, do you see all these cops? Girl, what is going on? Girl, that would have been me. Girl, I done went from yes ma'am to girl, is this a joke? No, seriously. Is this a joke? What's going on? Girl, Helga, being the rich white woman that she is, she hopped her ass off the van. Like, what's tea? What's going on? Why y'all looking for my sus? Right. Girl, anyways, that was pretty much the end of it. Girl, Lisa was like, I'm about to throw up. I'm about to throw up. Jen, Heather said she was about to call Stu. Not Heather. Lisa. Lisa was the one who said she was about to throw up. Lisa said she was about to call Stu. And Heather said, should she call Jen? And Lisa told her not to. I mean, I thought about it, I was like, I guess I could see, girl. It's kind of like, girl, no, the camera's rolling. Don't call her. Like, I think that's when it popped into Lisa probably, like, bitch, the camera's rolling. Don't call that bitch on camera. Right? But anyways, girl, I don't know. Child, so we about to get into the whole Jen Shaw mess. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.